welcome back to this review. On episode 14 we're going to do is Peter Pan, released on February 5th, 1953. And it's the last Disney film to have RKO Radio Pictures before Disney distributed with Buena Vista. Yes, it stars Bobby Driscoll, Catherine Bowman, Paul Collins, Tommy Lusk, Hans Conroy, Heather Angel, and Bill Thompson. Although Catherine Bowman, Heather Angel, and Bill Thompson were previously in Alice in Wonderland, which I did a review on that last week. So let's go do this review. So, set in London in Bloomsbury in the neighbourhood of Romsey in 1904. Mary and George Darling prepared for the party. Wendy and John and Michael were playing Peter Pan, but all of a sudden, George Darling had enough of the Wendy in the nursery, and then all of a sudden Nana had to go out, and then Mary puts the children to bed, and then Mary leaves the window open for Peter Pan to get a shadow back from Nana. And then all that night, Peter Pan visits the nursery and awakes Wendy, and then so the shadow, and then wakes John and Michael up, and then they want to fly to Neverland. They never grow up. Yep. And they start flying, and they go to the Big Ben as the clock arrows the second star of the race straight on till morning. And a ship of pirates, led by Captain Hook, and Mr. Smee was giving Captain a close shave, and then all of a sudden they noticed Peter Pan and then shoot cannons, and then Tinkerbell was mad at Wendy, and then she ordered the Lost Boys from Peter and shooting Wendy down, and then it was a fake joke that the Lost Boys were shooting Wendy down as an enemy. Yep. So then he orders the boys to go, John and Michael to go hunting for Indians, and then Wendy and Peter went to go to the Mermaid's Lagoon, and then all of a sudden the boys were captured by Indians, and then the mermaids got mad at Wendy because it's a bit like Tinkerbell, because they get jealousy. And all of a sudden Captain Hook came about and they catch a tiger lily, and then Peter and Wendy followed him to Skull Rock, and then all of a sudden Peter makes an impersonator of Captain Hook, and then all of a sudden Captain Hook was fighting Peter Pan and then got eaten by the lovely crocodile, and then back in the ship, Hook was trying to get better from his headache, and then all of a sudden he orders Mr. Smee to get Tinkerbell, and then in the Indians, the boys were set free, and then they did an Indian dance, and then all of a sudden Tinkerbell was on board Captain Hook's ship, and then kidnapped Tinkerbell and Lantern, and all of a sudden the Lost Boys were having fun, and then all of a sudden John and Michael were homesick, and then Wendy told the boys about the mother, and then all of a sudden Peter Pan doesn't want to go back, and then all of a sudden they were captured by pirates, and Peter Pan was noticing a package and says, "Do not open till 6 p.m. and then all of a sudden Tinkerbell set free, and then find Peter Pan, and then all of a sudden it got blown to pieces. The hideout got blown to pieces, but not Peter Pan and Tinkerbell. They were safe. Wendy was about to jump from the plank, and then all of a sudden Peter saved them, and then Peter Pan fought Captain Hook again, and get eaten by a crocodile again, and then all of a sudden Peter Pan.
What's the matter with you?
Then all of a sudden Peter Pan all of a sudden was dressed as a pirate, and then they cast off in the ship, and then all of a sudden they went back home, and Mr. and Mrs. Darling went home for the party, and then noticing Wendy's not about to tell a story about Peter Pan, and that's pretty much the movie. So yeah, this is also the last movie to have the 9 old men all together until and this film's re-released in 1958, 1968, 1976, as well as released along with Gus and Treasure of Matacumbi, 1982 and 1989. So that's all the RKO reviews of Disney films done, and that's Peter Pan done. Next up is the first Buena Vista film, and it's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, so stay tuned for that.